Hi all, welcome to VLSI Knowledge YouTube channel, and in today's session we will learn about ASIC Design Flow. So what is ASIC? Application Specific Integrated Circuit, ASIC. So we will learn about its application, like what is the flow we are going to learn. So in the first I would like to tell introduction. So ASIC, it is a custom designed chip for a specific application. When we want to design a chip for the particular application, we will go with ASIC rather than FPGA. So we already discussed about ASIC and FPGA in the previous session. You can go and watch it. And it is used with mobile phones, automotive and consumer electronics. Right? So this is all about the introduction, and let us go to next session, specifications. So we are going about the flow. First one is specification. In here we define about functionality, performance, power, area, requirements. So these means like what is the specification? We are going to design the chip. We need some inputs. How we need to decide them, what is the final achievement. So to know that, we do this. Second one is RTL design. So RTL design means here we are writing the code using the Verilog or VHDL. So RTL is register transfer level is the full form of it, and Verilog code or VHDL code is written, and this will be it defines the behavior of the circuit. So .v is the extension. Functional verification is the third step in the flow. Here it checks the RTL code which is written by the RTL design team. So the verification team will check the code whether there is any errors in that. Simulation means checking every input. For every input the output is proper or not. Dynamic simulation is same. So tools we use are Model Sim and VCS. So these are the tools we use for functional verification. And fourth step is synthesis. Synthesis is a conversion of RTL code to the gate level netlist, so to achieve the power, performance, area for particular technology, not different technologies. So for we will target for one technology and we will do the synthesis. And design compiler and GNS are the tools used for synthesis. Design compiler is from Synopsys and GNS is from Cadence. So this is all about synthesis, and we in the further sections we are going to learn about synthesis flow even, and the output from the synthesis will be given to the input for Piana, the netlist we have already discussed in previous session. And the inputs required are RTL code and library file and netlist. Okay, so this is about synthesis, and simply it is nothing but conversion of RTL code to the gate level netlist. Each code is converted to the netlist. So next is floor plan. Floor plan is nothing but placement of macros, how the macros are being placed. So whether the proper placement is happening or not. It defines the chip layout, core area and IO placement. So this is the fifth step in the flow of ASIC flow. So the macros placement is identified here. Sixth one is placement of standard cells on chip layout. So in the placement step itself we place the standard cells, and here the the scan chain reordering, we will check the congestion and timing. So before CTS, as I mentioned, we will check about CTS, timing, whether the placement is done properly or not. The CTS stage, the buffer insertion will be taken place. Buffer will be inserted because to reduce the skew and latency. Here the clock buffers means either the inverters or buffers based upon the application and requirement. The inverters or buffers will be taken place. So we will check the timing, and to reduce the skew we use the specific methodologies so that we have less skew and there is less difference, or we can avoid the timing violations. So for having less skew and latency, the main goal of CTS is reducing the skew and latency, right? So in the further sessions I will explain detailedly where the buffers or inverters are used. So the next is routing. So there are different metal layers, we know M1, M2, M3 and so on. So connection of all cells using metal layers is nothing but a routing. Mainly there are few important steps in the routing, planning and assigning. So here as they are orthogonal to each other, the metal layers they are connected. As when cells are connected with the different metal layers, the routing takes in place, and to have less congestion we ensure proper and physical verification. So when it comes to physical verification, DRs and LVS checks to ensure manufacturability. For manufacturing requirement, we have to give the design with the DRs and LVS free, without any shorts or opens in the design or any tangling wires or parallel run length wires. So when we give the design, then it is proper. Next is sign off. In the sign off we will check the timing, power and signal integrity checks. Here whatever the achievements we have done before at each and every stage, we have to save it for till the tapeout, because if here it was wasted, it is lost. So in the conclusion, I want to conclude that ASIC Flow ensures optimized chip design meeting all conditions. So when we want for specific application, we should go with the ASIC Flow. So at every step we have to take some precautions and move forward. So this is all about ASIC Flow, and if you have any doubts, please comment down in the comment section. And thank you so much for watching the video. If you have any doubts, please comment, and please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.